Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Corporate Reverse Pitch session. My name is Yasmin Morazadeh, and I am the Program Manager of the AI Marketplace from AWS. And I am moderating this session together with Hannes Hunschowski, EIT Manufacturing East Managing Director. So I will introduce you to this session. What can you expect? We invited 5 excellent corporates, voestalpine, KTM Innovation, Infineon, Engel, and Merkur Versicherungs AG, to present their innovation challenges. This is a program agenda point that we are having each year now, and it's very successful because we're turning the tables, and we don't let the startups pitch, but we actually give you the opportunity to get to know the current challenges and potential partnership opportunities with corporates. So as I was saying, 5 corporates, 4 minutes time for them to pitch, 3 minutes for you to get your questions answered, which you can send through over Slido. And yeah, to make it a little more dramatic, 2 moderators, and I couldn't find a better sentence for one. It's a bit dramatic, 1 chance to present your solution, but this might actually be your opportunity to gain a new client and to start a new cooperation. So you have seen Dusan as a moderator today. So why are we switching now? What is the background behind the collaboration of the AI Marketplace and EIT Manufacturing? So the AI Marketplace is the youngest program of AWS Connect. AWS Connect consists of several networking matchmaking programs and over 2,400 startups, investors, and corporates. And since 1.5 years, we are growing. We are currently 135 AI solution providers that are situated in Austria. And the platform is public, it's free of charge, and our goal, which is why we're doing this session, is collaboration. And to give you a better example of what I mean, this is our landing page, and this is actually our platform. I think it's better to understand how it works because, yeah, words are just words. This is the platform where you can find over 135 solution providers, and let's say you look for a startup in the field of production and manufacturing. And then you want quality control in that area. Then you would find, for example, I don't know, okay, let's switch to mobility and transport. 15 results. Let's try Kestrel Eye. And if you check out their profile, you can find their use cases, their references of what customers they have worked with before, and then you can get an idea of what you can do with AI. Yeah, and the best part, you can get in touch with them for free. If you do that, your contacts will be exchanged immediately via email. You don't have to attend the event today. You can just do that all over the year. And this is why we joined forces with EIT Manufacturing, because we have in somewhat similar goals, but they have additional features and services, which I will hand over to Hannes now.
Thank you very much, Yasmin. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. EIT Manufacturing, can I have the clicker, please? Thank you. Thank you. For those who don't know us yet, we are relatively young. We are a startup ourselves. We are 2 years old. And we are a public-private partnership that is headquartered in Paris. We have 6 so-called co-location centers in different regions. One is here in Vienna, and I have the honor and the pleasure to lead this one. We are co-funded by the European Institute for Innovation and Technology, which is part of the Horizon program. For those who are more familiar with it, it's in column C, where we talk and finance innovation. And a couple of things are unique with us. One is we are covering the so-called knowledge triangle, which means we support innovation projects, we support business creation, and we support education programs. So we try to always match those and support each other over the entire course of a development, from a prototype to an industry application to creating a startup and to educate the folks. The other thing that we are unique is that we are all over Europe. We have 6 co-location centers. We have so-called RIS hubs in almost all countries. So if you are looking as a startup to get market opportunities, you can find those through us in many, many European countries. If you're a corporate and you're looking for new ideas, innovation, startups, SMEs to support you, which is the topic of this afternoon, then we can find those startups and scale-ups and SMEs in all different markets. A format that we do this afternoon, which is here called the Corporate Reverse Pitch, we call it the Boost Up Bridge event, is something we do every year. And here you see too, the format is the same. We get challenges from different industries. In this case, this afternoon, we have KTM, voestalpine, Engel, Merkur Insurance, and Infineon. We use that information to find startups and see if they are interested to solve these challenges. And then we bring them together, we connect, and in many cases, this leads to quite interesting partnerships. As a result, from last year, for example, we had KUKA, voestalpine, Whirlpool, and Eroski looking for very specific challenges. In the case of voestalpine, they were looking for measuring and modeling CO2 emissions of direct material suppliers from the cradle to grave, meaning really from the start of the mining. And they got, I think, 18 SMEs and startups that applied. 3 were in the final, they were pitching in Milan. And then voestalpine has chosen one to work with from Sweden. And this is where our help ends, so to speak. They need to find the way that they want to work together, which could lead from, buying them, integrating them, making a joint venture, or whatever kind of relationship they want to maintain in the future. So now you know a little bit about EIT manufacturing. If you want to know more, we have a booth over there. There are very friendly and helpful people who can give you much more information than I'm able to. One last thing. Tomorrow we have the manufacturing day. Unfortunately, we are sold out for the physical event, but you can join us online. And we are talking all day long about the different aspects of manufacturing startups. Have a couple of very interesting panel discussions. So if you have time and you want to, please join us. We would be happy. Why are we doing this afternoon with AWS? Well, first of all, we are creating a kind of enabling an environment for open innovation in the industry, both of us. We are both connecting corporates with startups and scale-ups and SMEs. And we are both committed to transform the industry to be more resilient, more green, and definitely sustainable. And without any further ado, let's get started. Yasmin, you're up.
Thank you, Hannes. So before we get into the pitches, I would like you guys to take your phones out, please, and to hold them, to put on the camera mode, and to take a picture of me. No, kidding. So we will, yes, put up the QR code for the questions. Don't be shy. Challenge the corporates, because, it doesn't happen very often that corporates pitch in front of the startups. And with that said, let's give you some time to take a picture. I see some phones out. with that said, we will still, if we will still put up the slide in between, if you didn't manage to get a picture of it, and if you can't like grab the QR code, there is a possibility to go to slido.com and then put in hashtag matching day. Main stage. Main stage. And that's how you get in as well. So, okay, next slide. Let's kick it off. I would like to welcome Anton Seidler on stage. He and I from KTM Innovation, big applause. Welcome. Yes, your microphone. And so Anton and I have worked together before in different other innovation challenges. And his LinkedIn profile says he's looking for hidden gems that help KTM to stay ahead of the pack. So, stage is yours. Anton, you have 4 minutes, and Michael will help us with the time. Microphone works. Clicker. There you go.
Thank you very much, Yasmin. Hello, everybody. I make a bold statement saying that we make the most radical motorcycles in the world. Since 2 years, we also make the most radical e-bikes in the world, and we only can achieve that by thinking ahead, and that allows us to stay ahead, as Yasmin already mentioned, of the pack of the rest of the motorcycle industry. How do we achieve that? We only can achieve that together, and together means with other corporates, with other SMEs, or today especially with other startups that have great ideas that support us. Especially in the manufacturing part, we are looking for new technology that helps us to make our dreams come true, which are motorcycles and e-bikes for every generation. So specifically, we're looking for the digital traceability of parts and material throughout our production manufacturing process. We are having several manufacturing sites. Mainly, the main ones are in Mattighofen, Upper Austria, and we are looking for the traceability of that. We are looking for inline automated quality control also for our production environment, for our engine manufacturing, for our frame manufacturing, exhaust and suspension. Furthermore, picking trolleys in terms of our assembly lines, this is a big issue for us, having several parts messed up or mixed and matched. So this is a topic that we will focus on. And finally, what we see currently, that more and more women are starting working in the assembly lines, and they have to lift heavy loads, which is obviously a strain mentally and physically. So for all those challenges, what do we offer for someone who is working with us? So we have a pit crew that supports you at the end of the line. So pit crew means we from Pure Innovation, or our guys from the manufacturing shop floor. We give you knowledge on a power two-wheeler perspective. We share our data with you if we have data. We already talked about it, not always the easy case for us. We also include you into POCs. We share our network. If the solution does not fit 100% to us, we have a large network of industry partners in Upper Austria that we are very willing to share your idea with. And finally, which is also what we have seen is very valued, is an insight on the motorcycle perspective, because it's so much different from a power two-wheeler. Finally, question is, are you the next champion that is part of our team? We are looking for companies and startups that are transparent, that are willing to cooperate. Yes, we know we are slower than a startup. Please be patient. That's why we also would like to have some patience from your end. We look for partners that have a proven concept, which are not in a theoretical phase. However, if the idea is radical enough, we are also looking into early stage developments from universities, for example. If you have a tier 1 corporation, that is most likely welcome. So if you have someone who is producing or manufacturing your goods already, Otherwise, we can link you with one of our main suppliers anyway. And finally, the opportunities are limitless if you're fearless. So we have many more challenges. We only have a few to present here today. If you scan that QR code, you come to our website. We have our search fields in the production, in the product, commerce, and also in the commerce side. So have a look, get in contact with us. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Anton. We have several questions popping in here. Let me start with the first one. How long does a POC implementation last? What would be the next step if POC is successful?
So if the POC is successful, we usually hand it over to the department that is responsible for it, and then it's going to be put into serial production or integrated into our manufacturing line. And the time, how long a POC will last, depends on the complexity of the topic, obviously.
From to?
We have 3 months to 1 year.
But in 1 year?
Yeah, 1 year approximately.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Next question, at which stage do you cooperate with startups in their development?
What do you mean? Which stage?
Which early innovators just have an idea, or they already have...
I try to capture that with the TRL level. So if it's a really disruptive idea, then we do it in an early stage, and we assist and link them with our development team internally. But if it's a commercially proven product, we also implement it. So we are open to all kind of stages of startups.
Okay. This is a good one. Why did you choose to work with AWS here?
Because I think AWS is a great platform to get in contact with other companies and startups, and it's super nice to have that marketplace to look up and find solutions that are actually very well curated, and it helps us to pre-select already good ideas and companies for our purpose.
Great question.
Free advertising, right? Excellent. So here's a question. Do you also work with international startups?
Yes, we have very good connections to different incubators around the globe, especially also the Außenwirtschaftszentrum in Austria, which is where we have a close correlation with a lot of Israeli startups. We work with Finnish, Swedish, and also Asian startups on many different topics.
Okay. Cars are self-driving now. Do you already work on self-driving motorcycles? And who's holding the balance for you, right?
Self-driving motorcycles are not fun, because we drive motorcycles to have fun, and I would like to stay that way.
Excellent. We have still half a minute. So what are current challenges in automated in-line quality control at the moment?
So our motorcycles are very complex in terms of everything is outside, and the frame is a very complex construction. And right now everything is done manually, so workers do manually quality control of the frames, which strains their eyes, and this is hard to do. And we would like to help them ease the strain a little bit and maybe automate parts of the redundant work that they're doing every day.
Okay, perfect. I mean, perfect timing, perfect answers. Anton, thank you so much. Give a round of applause to Anton. Thank you so much. Before we're going to introduce our next pitch, I want to say hi to the youngest innovator in the room. Hi. Hey. Next one is voestalpine, and I'm welcoming Mrs. Josephine Müller. She is Program Manager Circular Economy at voestalpine High Performance Metals. She studied business and engineering with focus on waste management and recycling. Her PhD at TU Munich was about the recycling of byproducts on the steel industry, showing the material flows and evaluating recycling methods. Welcome with a warm applause, Josephine Müller.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and thank you for the opportunity to be here today. I want to show you the challenge we are facing and the challenge you would change. would challenge in the future. Thank you. So, I'm working for the division of high-performance metals and for the voestalpine, and we are producing high-performance metals for special steels and for special applications. For example, as you can see here, for cars, for the oil and gas industry, for planes, for special tools and other special applications. So our steels need a lot of alloy elements to have the special features they need for this product. And as you can see here, we have 40,000 tons of virgin alloys we need every year to produce our steels. For this applications, and so our production is very material intensive, very resource intensive. So we need to recycle if we want to go on with our products. And so we have some major targets for the circular economy. The first one is, of course, supply security of materials. We want to increase our recycling rate about 90% for every product. And we want to reduce, of course, CO2 emissions. And CO2 emissions is not the topic today, is something, is what's already mentioned for the Boost Up Challenge. And how can we do this? We want to intensify our customer relationships to achieve all these goals, because circular economy is something we need connections, we need a big network, and we need startups and people with ideas to close the loops to make recycling possible. And for our circular economy team, where I'm the program manager, we have 3 topics we are working on, and this is at first alternative raw material sources, the recycling of byproducts, so the recycling of our own wastes, and material and scrap cycles. The last one, material and scrap cycle, is very network intensive, so we are working together with our customers, closing the loops of scraps, buyback customer scrap. And one thing we want to challenge here, or we put in the challenge here, is alternative raw material sources, because we need alloy elements. We can gain them by recycling our own wastes, but there are other industries which have wastes which contain these alloy elements. So we want to increase our recycling rate, and we can do that with 3 ways. And the most important one in this case is the secondary material input. So our challenge would be here to create symbioses between industries. A waste from another industry can be a product for us or for another industry, so that we can connect industries between, so that we have all the connections, that we don't have waste, and then we can create a zero waste industry, so to say. And for this, we need data analysts, we need AI-supported decision-making, so that we can close these loops and to work together with other industries. So, okay, 2 seconds, time is over. Thank you very much, and I have, for questions, I'm here. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your pitch, Josephine. Okay, so you can give me the clicker. Thank you. Okay, so we're just going to read them off the screen. What are your key materials to secure supply?
So if I understand the question right, which metals, which elements are the most important ones for us? And this is, for example, vanadium, molybdenum, tungsten, cobalt, of course iron, but this is not very
challenging.
Yeah, it's not so critical. So these 4 are the most important, but also we need graphite electrodes, we need nickel, we need chromium. These are the most important elements for us.
All right. Okay. How do I best reach you and your team? Good question.
Good question, yeah. My teammate Franz Eder is on LinkedIn, but you can contact me per email and also per mobile phone. I can give you my card, and will be very happy to know you because, as I said, circular economy is something, we need a big network, we need new ideas to recycle, to process. So please contact me if you are interested.
Yes, and I will say something to that in the end as well. Okay, top question. What is the key sort of systems you are looking for? Is that...
Ihr gibt's ihr.
Yeah, it depends. So we have recycling challenges that are very new, so we need some ground research, and we have implemented systems that need more like a higher TRL. So it depends on what waste recycling we talk about, I would say.
Okay, let's go on to how much potential is in scrap reduction in production relative to alternative source materials? Those are very specific questions.
Scrap reduction in production. Okay, it's a difficult question, I would say, because for the steel industry, it's not so important how much scrap waste you produce because you can always recycle it internally. So all the scrap that comes from our own melting shop is recycled. So I know what you mean, so zero waste, producing less waste, but in this case, for scrap, it's not that important. If you have other waste, like dusts, like scales, then a reduction would be interesting and useful in this case, yeah.
Okay. How much time now we have left? We have about 15 seconds. So what are the key sectors you could cooperate with, and how should AI play a role? I just cheated.
Yeah, sorry. The most important sectors are processors for waste, of course. This would be one thing. But the other thing, if we talk about AI, it would be interesting to collect the data that are on the market. Who are producing waste? Where do the wastes come from? What do they contain? How can they be recycled? How can they be made a product? So this is the challenge for the data analysts, so to say.
Okay. Josephine, thank you very much for your presentation, for your pitch, and yeah, people will come up.
Please contact me.
And to that, I will just add a couple of things. Oh, okay, sorry. Thank you for that. So B2Match, as you are all registered in, is a matchmaking app. So you have the opportunity to send Josephine a message via B2Match and to request a meeting. And there will be an opportunity to do further matchmaking after the event. We will let you know via email and activate this feature so that you have a month to actually request a meeting, to organize a meeting with the corporates, and to present your solution. All right. Up next is Werner Buchbauer from Engel. Welcome, Werner. Big applause for you. First time. It's the first time we first time we work together in this setting. So first reverse pitch. So I'm really looking forward to your challenge. So Werner, you are currently holding the role of VP Global Logistics Management, right? And you have a lot of experience, 10 years in leadership and logistics and assembly manager, and you're an expert in lean manufacturing. So this is what I find in my notes. Further, the stage is yours, the clicker is yours as well, and the questions will come from Hannes after that.
Thank you. So good afternoon also from my side. I'm happy to be here to do the reverse pitch today. As mentioned before, my name is Werner Buchbauer and I'm responsible for logistics at Engel. Engel is doing, is one of the biggest plastics machinery producer and we are producing injection molding machines, as you can see here in the picture, with robotics on them. And we are doing this for all kinds of applications in automotive industry, telectronics, medicals, packaging, and so on. And we are producing all those units in 9 different production plants all over the world. Our challenges in the manufacturing and supply chain area and for what solutions we are looking for is everything which making our supply chain more resilient, everything which makes our material flow more efficient, and for sure everything which makes our improves or increase our productivity on the assembly area and in the production area. So all those inputs are warmly welcome. Specifically, we took out currently for that session 3 challenges. The first one is about supply chain risk prediction. So you can see in the middle our production network with the 9 different production plants, and we have more than 1,000 external suppliers all over the world. And as you might be aware of, yes, there are a lot of risks, the financial risks of unpaid invoices, unpaid wages, political risks, supplier risk, logistics, so no transport capacity available. Everybody is aware of it right now. And also sustainability risks like how they treat their workforce, pollution, and so on. And we are looking for something that we are the first in collecting that information, understanding them. Understanding means bring them into a connection, so put them together, and based on that predict supply chain risks, and that Engel is able to drive the future and react in the right way. The second challenge is about predictive forecasting and material requirement planning. This is shooting into 2 different directions. The first one is how we can improve our demand planning. Demand planning in order to use more and different sources of information, also from competitors, offers, and so on. So to improve this one, and the other one is from the material requirement planning in order to move from a manual reactive forecasting based on historical data to something dynamic using predictive forecasting. So make all these administrative activities more efficient. And the final challenge I took with me is about from production area. So you can see on the left-hand side, we have all the layers of information from the ERP down to the MES. But what we're looking for is something on the shop floor level, on the cost center level, where we can read in real time the information out of our machines. And the first use case would be to really get some data about energy consumption, and this should help us to improve the purchasing on the energy market, on the spot market, in order to gain some profit and cost reductions there. So for all those topics, we would like to exchange the knowledge with you. We would like to work together with you till a proof of concept and implement one of the pilots. What are we offering is management commitment. We are open for new technologies, and I think most important is that we have a digital transformation roadmap with dedicated teams, and those challenges are out of that dedicated team, and so we can work together here and share data. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Werner. Werner confided in me earlier today that this is the first time that he's pitching. You did a fantastic job. Excellent. You know, besides Vienna, the area in Upper Austria has a lot of manufacturing companies, and manufacturing is our business. So, you know, you will find there many great companies, including Engel. Fantastic. So we have a couple of questions from the audience here. What is the typical procurement process for a solution coming from startups? In other words, how do you work with startups? Do you have experience, a process?
So this is a very good question. And to be honest, on that side, so we are, especially in the supply chain side, on the manufacturing side, quite unexperienced with working with startups. We have some innovation partners for sure on the engineering side and on other areas, but for that specific cases, we are going to set up something new. So everybody is joining us, will define together with us the concept on that, and that is how it is. And I think we can. The platform is there, the commitment is there, everything is there, but we do not have that experience right now that I can tell you.
First steps.
Sure.
Super.
Be the first.
Super. So the next question goes in the right direction, same direction. Do you prefer to work with startups that are close to your location, or with companies, when implement or close to your company, or otherwise, somewhere in Europe?
Can be somewhere in Europe. I think it depends also on the length and on the complexity of the project, because sometimes it could also be the language a problem when we work together with the local teams and the plants. So we need to decide, but we are open for all startups would like to work together with us and gain some new experiences.
Super. Would you be open for drones in your warehouse to make cycle counting more efficient?
Basically, I would be open. We need to talk to the Workers' Council to see what they are thinking about. But as I said, open for everything. So let's see how this solution can bring us forward.
Do you have rough valuation of predictive forecasting, and in what kind of volume would it help you?
Valuation means, so we are producing currently about 6,000 to 7,000 units a year of the injection molding machines, plus the handlings, and we need to spread it around in all the 9 different production plants. What we're currently doing is we have our sales department, but we also have in the demand planning one central person who is doing more or less based on that information, the forecasting, and giving them some additional information than only the historical data, looking also for what are the competitors doing, do we have any trends on the market, how much is the hit rate of our offers, which options are quite often taken, which ones are not. This would help a lot. I do not have a number right now how much this can improve the forecast accuracy, but we have a big way to go there.
Super. Last question, Tobias, we ran out of time. If you still want to have an answer to that question, see Werner in the afterwards. Exactly. He's staying around here in the area. Werner, excellent job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now, I've mentioned it several times that we are here talking about manufacturing, and the next one pitching is an insurance. Okay? Think about it. How many health hazards do you have in your production? Safety is a big issue. So that's all in the center of an insurance company. And with that, we are very, very happy to welcome Dusan Urban. He is Head of Innovation Strategy at Merkur Insurance. He has worked in different management positions, mostly for startups or corporate startups in several CEE countries. In his current role, he leads the innovation and strategy initiatives of the oldest insurance company, Merkur Versicherung. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Dusan Urban. I am the head of innovation and strategy at Merkur Versicherung. And I would like to start with a wake-up question. I think everyone is a little bit tired or worn out. So have you seen a live dinosaur recently? Yes? Was it not a unicorn? Was it really a dinosaur? Okay, yeah, that would do. So now you took my pitch away, but I wanted to say that you can have a look at me. I'm as close as you can be to a live dinosaur, because we are the oldest insurance company in Austria. We are 224 years old, and that means that we did, my previous colleagues did a good job, probably, because we survived 224 years. But that doesn't mean too much when we think about the future. I think that the next 10 years will be way more intensive and will be we will come with way more events than the last 50 did. So the main issue here is basically that the insurance, as we all know it, will get commoditized. So the insurance was years and years was delivering quite a big value, but this will get commoditized, and we, as the insurance company, need to do something about it. Now, we are mostly people insurers, so what can we do? The most logical way what to do and what we want to do as a predominantly health insurance company, we want to create an ecosystem around our customers, and basically we want to create a digital health ecosystem. So more or less, we don't want to be only the guy who pays at the end of the day when things go really sideways, but we want to be way more than an insurance, and we want to create meaningful interactions with the customers, and we want to offer them really the whole digital health journey. So what does this mean? What are the cooperation possibilities? So there are a lot of things we can do together with startups or with other corporates for that sake. It can be starting with small projects where we check some hypotheses together, when we see, okay, does this make sense or doesn't it make sense, up to like really doing together solutions, working on the MVPs, or doing some joint ventures. What can we offer? Well, we are open for many things. So we can offer, starting from something small like maybe some market check or some mentorship to startups, but we can go as deep as an investment, where we would consider if it makes sense for us, if it fits into our ecosystem, if we can somehow make our solution more meaningful, we would definitely consider also investing in a startup. Not as a VC, we are not interested in, not necessarily interested in multiplies. We are more interested in the strategy and in the synergies of what we can create together. Thank you. My name is Dusan Urban. You can find me on LinkedIn.
All right. Thank you, Dusan, for your presentation.
Thank you.
So let's go to the questions for 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes left. As a dinosaur, do you think that the innovations that new startups will realize in your field may pose threats? What do you think is your softest spot?
Well, of course, there are many threats, and we all know Nokia, we all know BlackBerry, Kodak, and these kind of examples. So, of course, there are threats all the way, and some are more serious, some not that serious, because we have still this legislation thing around and this compliance thing and so on. So it's not that easy to disrupt insurance, but that doesn't mean it will not get disrupted.
So you quite have a tough role inside the company, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, next question. What would be the next step if POC MVP is successful?
Well, that really depends on the case. It could be that we invest in the company. It could be that we continue working together. So basically, our interest is really to enlarge this ecosystem and to grow the number of interactions with our customers, and basically to be way more than just an insurance company in the end.
Mm-hmm. Did you work with startups, and what are your experiences?
Yes, we did, and we do work with startups, and this has several phases, and it looks different from case to case. So there were situations where we only did a proof of concept or a minimum viable product, or it was that we actually bought shares in a startup.
Okay. Are you
sure she
open
can have
to
it, but if
co-sales partnerships with startups for your customers?
Yeah, it depends what exactly would these co-sales
innovative.
partnerships mean. We need to realize that we are highly regulated as an industry. So if we tick all the things, or if we can trick them somehow that they look okay and no one has any comments, then definitely yes.
Okay. Last question from Tobias this time. We will manage to get your question in. Which of your AI business cases has the best ROI, Roy?
I think it's too early to say which one it is, but we started an internal initiative. We started a new company which is called Mercury Innovation Lab, and we have there 7 data scientists, and we're working on our data. So we're working on really a lot of topics there, starting from the customer churn rates and so on. But I think in order to answer this question, we still need 1-2 years' time.
Okay, well, I think we got a good overview on your innovation challenges. Thank you very much, Dusan.
Thank you too.
Big applause for you and your presentation.
Yep.
So according to the questions I get, I don't think the audience is tired at all. So we can listen to 5 more pitches, but we only have 1 left, unfortunately. So I would like to welcome Markus on stage. Markus Kleinfercher. Applause.
Test.
Markus is an innovation manager at Infineon. Wait, where are you? Okay. And he is located at close to the Technical University, the TU Wien, and he's hosting the innovation hub of Infineon there. So he's actually the contact point for startups to get in touch with Infineon. And so, yeah, do you need anything else? Clicker?
I think that's it.
Microphone? So the stage is
Microphone,
yours.
I got my clicker. Servus, grüß euch. All right, let's go. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for the opportunity to speak. Yeah, I am a innovation manager at Infineon Technologies Austria, situated here in Vienna. Yeah, for all of you who don't know who Infineon is or what we do, we are a world leader in semiconductor solutions, basically tackling trends like mobility, tackling trends like security, IoT, big data, energy efficiency, all with our semiconductor products. We think that we are the link between the real and the digital world, and we want to make your life easier, safer, and greener. We also like to partner, we like to innovate. Innovation is within our DNA. We like to partner with startups, and together with startups, we want to drive tomorrow's solutions. And those solutions are the driving factors of Infineon Co-Innovation program, which starts at advanced productivity, embedded software, hardware, you name it, and everything that comes in between in the semiconductor field. We are happy to support you and collaborate with you in all those kinds of fields. Of course, speaking of the topic of AI at the AWS Connect Day, we don't want to miss out to also present our challenges in the realms of artificial intelligence. We're experimenting using and developing AI solutions in over 100 of our core functions. So these can range from sales and marketing to R&D, digital products and manufacturing. And yeah, we want to encourage you to use that not only by developing your state-of-the-art AI use cases, but also using our enabling AI platform developed by Infineon. This is not only hardware by Infineon, microprocessors and stuff like that, but also software which we want to provide you to develop your use cases and help you with that. That's why we think that Infineon is a very good business partner for startups, because you know, VCs, they can provide capital and, of course, mentoring, but we think that corporates can offer very reliable business partnership, and we want to do so with you, with all the startups. We want to turn your idea into reality. We want to help you succeed through our products, through our expertise, through everything that we have, even utilizing our networks, connecting you to important stakeholders at Infineon, or just being a credible partner. We're known for innovation and quality, so there is a good reputation that you can build your business upon with us together. How are we looking with the time? Okay, 1 minute. Further support we offer is tech samples, so you always got the newest technology that is approved by us for your startup, for your use case. We offer tech support. We offer the help of defining use cases and proof of concepts. And ultimately, we want to be your go-to-market partner. We want to be your customer, either way, on which side you're located, either on the business side or if you're relevant for operations. And on top of that, and individually, we also offer mentoring independent of corporation. So whichever stage you're in, whichever maturity stage you're in with your startup, we are happy to support you along the way. So that's about it. We want to speed up your time to market. We want to strengthen your visibility and market access with Infineon. That is what we offer to startups. And if you're interested in working with Infineon, there are several challenges coming up and initiatives. We have an Open Innovation Challenge. We have a virtual hackathon coming up. Really recommend that on radar technology and machine learning. And if you want to reach us online, Infineon.com/startups. If you want to learn more about artificial intelligence at Infineon, go to Infineon.com artificial intelligence. Thank you very much. That's about 1 minute.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Markus. Markus from Infineon. A couple of questions coming in. What is the priority focus of your company solutions for your own operation or for providing added value solutions with startups for your customers?
That is a very broad spectrum we're talking about there, because we are globally operating, so there are different kinds of solutions in operations we are looking at. But yeah, as I said before, in advanced productivity, hardware, and stuff like that, we want to encourage the startups to find the solutions, to find the proof of concepts, to find their inspiration that lies within Infineon.
Okay. Where could computer vision support you in your manufacturing environment?
I think that is very interesting, speaking of setting up a virtual fab, as we do by now. I think that computer vision could support us in that way very much so. Other than that, in quality control and stuff like that, I think that is very crucial to have computer vision as well.
Okay. Interesting question. Is the communication within Infineon departments the same when assessing both type of solutions for your own operations or for your customers?
I don't really get the question. The communication within Infineon departments, yes. I'd say so. It's a simple yes.
Okay. You're looking at the time, right? What do you mean when you say mentoring independent of cooperation?
Yeah, we also offer mentoring throughout individual, if we're looking at maybe incubators that need help with mentors that are experts on their field in the realms of semiconductors or maybe microprocessors, sensors and stuff like that. We offer that service independent of cooperation to everyone that is in need of help. Yeah.
Got it. Are you open for a contract with a startup from abroad?
Yes, very much so. We are constantly cooperating with startups globally, since we're a globally acting corporation. So very much welcome to join us in our global startup ecosystem. The head of it is in Munich, Germany. So if you want to dock on there, he can also provide some further support on every continent for you guys. Yeah.
Excellent. This was Markus Kleinfercher from Infineon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody.
So you startups here, you heard 5 pitches, corporate reverse pitches from Anton, KTM Innovation, from Josefine, Voestalpine, High Performance Metals, from Werner, Engel, from Dusan, Merkur Versicherung, and from Marcos, Infineon. If you have any question, use the tool or go and see them right now. They are more than happy to talk to you. If you are a corporate and you didn't stand here today, then come see us, see Yasmin, see me, and we're going to talk about how we can accommodate you for your challenges the next time around. Thank you so much for letting us, be here with you this afternoon. Thank you so much for listening in to us. EIT Manufacturing is happy to be part of that. If you have any questions or if you think we can help you, come see us. We are happy to do so. With that, back to Yasmin. Oh, one thing. A big thank you to Yasmin, all the helpers from ABS, all the helpers from EIT Manufacturing. Michael, you did a great job taking the time here. So thank you for all to make that happen. You guys did a great job. And it's up to you.
Thank you, Hannes. You can stay. You don't have to leave. Okay, bye. Okay. So I think you said it all, actually. I just wanted to motivate you one more time and to tell you to get in touch with the presenters, to request a meeting via B2Match. As I was mentioning before, there is, from today evening on, there will be the opportunity to match the corporates for a whole month. So you will be able to request a meeting. And don't forget to prepare your pitch. Make sure you present the right solutions and listen carefully to the presenters. And don't forget to follow up. Don't forget to arrange meetings and to be transparent. And And of course, let us know. We will provide you with PR-related activities, and we can publish the success story on our social media channels and so on. So we will be happy to accompany you throughout your way. Good luck. Thank you very much for your attention from my side as well, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thanks.